Too much of everything is bad. When you overthink, it's bad. When you overtrust, it's bad. When you eat too much, it's bad. You become obese. When you drink water too much, it's still bad. You become overhydrated, it's bad. When you stay indoors always, it's bad, because you could become a hermit. Hey loves, you're welcome back to my channel. Today we want to talk about how to move away from heartbreak, how to move past a broken heart. If you have been heartbroken, today we want to discuss how can you move past that broken heart and get healing eventually. The tough ones think that they can never be heartbroken. Heartbreak is not a physical phenomenon. It's not, like you see your heart just jump out of your body, fall to the floor, to the ground, and scatter. No, it's an emotional phenomenon. It's a mental um, process. It's something that you could literally feel your heart dismantle into pieces. You can feel your heart dissipate and scatter into pieces that you just can't hold, and it just makes you lose control. It could make you lose your mind. It could make you lose yourself, your senses, your emotions. What is heartbreak? Or when can you say that you have been heartbroken? You can be heartbroken when you've been disappointed, betrayed, when you've been manipulated into thinking that something is true, a thought process is true, then later you realize it's not true, it's all false. You've been lied to all this while. The result, the outcome of heartbreak is grief, sadness. Grief, sadness, and melancholic emotions. You feel sad, you feel sorrowful, you feel pains, you feel hurt, you feel a lot of negative emotions. Heartbreak and these negative emotions overlap, they are intertwined. It can be so negative that it comes with a lot of contemplations. At a point you start to contemplate suicide. At a point when you've been heartbroken, and you could even get into depression, and from depression you start to contemplate suicide. Heartbreak is not a positive thing. It's not something that everyone would want to experience. It's just something that hits you, and you don't even know it has actually hit you until you start to feel it, until you start to literally feel your heart dismantle into pieces that you cannot put back together. Next, we want to see the causes of heartbreak. What are the major causes of heartbreak? What would make you to get heartbroken? What is the cause of heartbreak? The very first cause of heartbreak is over trusting. When you trust someone so much so that you believe this person cannot hurt you, this person cannot harm you, and then the person does that, the person does exactly what you feel the person can never do to you, it would break your heart. Another one is high expectations. So when you have high expectations of someone, even if it's low expectations, as long as you have expectations of someone and the person does not meet up to that expectation, okay, it breaks your heart. You become disappointed. You feel like, oh, this person is not meeting up to my expectation. This person maybe doesn't really value me. So no matter how little, how high, or how low you place your expectations on someone, once the person doesn't meet up to it, you would be heartbroken. There are other causes of heartbreak. There are other causes, and they include disappointment, betrayal, deception, manipulation, and entitlement. So these things I just mentioned can make one to become heartbroken. So if you don't want to get yourself heartbroken, you should avoid these things. You should avoid these things. Sometimes they are unavoidable because you don't have control over the other person. You don't have control over situations, okay, or the turnout of some circumstances. So it's just sometimes it's out of your control. Now let's look at the main thing, the reason why we are here, and that is, that is how can we get past a broken heart and receive healing eventually? How can that happen? So in this stage of our video today, I'm not going to do much talking because I believe that these are things you can actually relate to. There is a book I'm writing that contains detailed stories on how to, you know, apply these steps. But on this video, I just want to list them because I'm hoping that anyone who is watching this video and is passing through heartbreak or was heartbroken and has not yet healed can, just incorporate these steps into their lifestyle. And you would definitely, I promise you that you definitely find healing. You definitely, start to heal little by little and get past that broken heart. So the very first one is spread love, share love. How else am I going to say it? Partager l'amour, okay? Just spread love to everybody. Be lovely to everybody. Do not restrict your love to one person. Most of the times when we have become heartbroken, it's because we focused all our energy, all our love on just one person. When that person disappoints us, we get so heartbroken. It gets so difficult to get past it because all your energy was on one person for a long time, for the longest time. In fact, spread love to everybody, to everyone, anyone around you, your neighbor, your house helps, your driver, just anybody. Make sure you are lovely to everybody. You have so much love to give. Do not restrict it to one person. Do not focus all your tender loving care just on one person. Okay, it's just too much. You have a lot of love to give. Share it to everybody. When I say share love, I don't mean sexual intercourse. I don't mean have intercourse indiscriminately. Oh, please, that is not what I mean, please. That is not what I mean. What I mean is love. What is love? Love is kind. Love is patient. Love is gentle. Love is selfless. Okay? Love is long suffering. So all that love entails, you have to incorporate it into yourself and share it indiscriminately. That's it. So from now, I'm going to just be listing all of those steps you can take to get past a broken heart and heal eventually. Okay, another one is talk about it. Next is own up to your faults. What is that part you played in making things go south? What is that part you played in that relationship that made things go wrong? Own up to those faults. Do not feel you have no faults. No, there must be something you did wrong. What is that? What is your fair share of wickedness in that relationship? Own up to it and learn to do better. Learn to take your better self, moving forward. Learn to become better. Learn to do better, so you don't take those same faults into another relationship or just in your life. You just take it away from your life, because if it's something that someone complain about, then it means it's something that shouldn't even be around you, something you should rid yourself of. All right, another one is think therapeutically. Just think therapy. Thinking therapy means thinking positively. Always think positively. Do not accommodate negative thoughts. Whenever they are coming to you, just try your best to take it away from your system and remind yourself that you are a positive being and you attract positive things. So definitely you have to keep your mind in that state of positivity so that those good things will come to you. Another one is get a hobby or get a pet. Another one is reinvent yourself. Another one is self-love. This cannot be underestimated, because self-love is like the basics of every other love you give out. If you do not love yourself, you wouldn't love others. You wouldn't even know how to love others because you don't love yourself. Okay, take for example, if you're a type that whenever you do something wrong, you start to insult yourself, you start to curse yourself, you realize that the same energy is what you give to other persons when they don't meet up. So that is not a lovely attitude. In fact, that attitude would only scare people away from you. So you should start from yourself. When you don't get something right, be kind to yourself, be gentle on yourself, love yourself, correct yourself with love and patience. Be patient with yourself. Okay, and the same way, if you are this way to yourself, you would just easily give it to someone else, not minding if the person is your girlfriend or your boyfriend or your sister or your brother or whatever. Person does not even need to relate to you, because this is something you do naturally. It will just flow naturally. Another one is forgive. I know it's very difficult to forget because we are human beings, we are very intellectual beings. All our memories, they're still in our heads, they're intact. We cannot like clean off that memory. It's not just possible unless you go through some extra process to do that, maybe medical processes or metaphysical processes. But in the real sense of it, when you are hurt, or whatever memory you have in your mind would always be there, but the only thing you should do for yourself is to forgive. Although you cannot forget, but learn to forgive, because by so doing you give yourself huge relief. You relieve yourself of so many negativity that would have just clustered around you, making you feel like you're the worst person on earth, or all those negative emotions that come with that heartbreak. If only you can forgive yourself, you will let go of those negativities. You forgive that person, forgive yourself, and you know that forgiving that person means translates to never thinking bad thoughts whenever you think about that person, and just always filling your mind with positive thoughts. Another one is make yourself available. Make yourself available to events, outdoor activities, programs, things that could just refresh your mind and give you a better perspective to life, things that would just energize you, fortify you and make you to see life in a better dimension. Go out there and make yourself available to friends, families, make yourself available to the world. In fact, don't just stay indoors. You should just try to make yourself available, but then be moderate in everything you do. Another one is appreciate the little things. Appreciate the little things, the tiniest things, appreciate them. Okay, of course, when you forget about expectations, when you no longer put a lot of expectations on people, you would start to appreciate the little things they do for you. You would see it as the best thing ever. You wouldn't even grumble because you believe that, oh, this person was really thoughtful. This little thing, even no matter what it is, it's an act of service, a gift, a word of compliment. Appreciating the little things would really go a long way to just help you heal. Okay. Another one is find joy in natural aesthetics. What are natural aesthetics? The trees, the mountains, the hills, the valleys, the sands, and the soil and the floor, the sand on the ground. Natural aesthetics. Think of anything natural that man did not create. It's fascinating. The sun, the moon, the stars in the night, the sky, the phenomenon that when we jump up we still come back to the ground, and then in space there is no much gravitational force, and that's why people float. Enjoy, romanticize natural aesthetics. Okay. Another one is play and talk to children. You might think this one is a little bit funny or weird, but it's not. It's just normal. It's normal to talk to children, and when you talk to them, don't talk to them as an adult or as a bigger person or as a boss. No, talk to them like a child. Just look at yourself as a child, in fact, because you are a child. Just that you've grown a little bit more than they are. But talk to children, play with them, have conversations with them. You would realize that this step is very therapeutic if you give yourself to it. The last but not the least is pray and meditate. You don't have to be religious to actually pray and meditate. No, you don't. All you just have to do is to have an open mind and believe in the best. Learn to pray and meditate. You do not have to have a religion that you practice in order to pray and meditate. You can just do it as a human being with thinking faculties that can actually meditate on something. So meditate on those thoughts that you want to see come to pass, all right? And then you would see them definitely come to pass. All right, so with this, we come to the end of today's video. I really hope that this video has blessed you and has really taught you a lot. I hope to see you in my next video, so please do subscribe on this channel and turn on your notification button so that when I post new videos you would see them immediately and you would watch them. Thank you very much. Expect the best. Have a blissful life. Ciao.